Hello children, how are you? I hope you all are doing very well. So let's start the class. Activities using keyboard and mouse. Log in to the chapter. Keyboard, mouse, working with the mouse. Unlock the mind. Complete the pictures of the keyboard and mouse and color them. Children, you have to color the keyboard and the mouse also. The keyboard and mouse are input devices. These are used for performing various functions. These are the main parts of a computer that are used to tell the computer what to do. Let us learn more about them. So children's keyboard and mouse is the main device, one of the main device of any computer. It instructs computer what to do and what not to do. Keyboard. A keyboard has 104 keys. You have already learned that the keyboard has alphabet keys, number keys and some special keys. Let us learn about a few more keys on the keyboard. So let us learn some more keys on keyboards. Here is numeric keys, backspace key, enter key, alphabet keys, spacebar key and delete key. So children, now come on Factopedia. Christopher Latham Scholes was the inventor of the QWERTY keyboard. The word QWERTY comes from the first 6 letters of the alphabet keys. Alphabet keys. So children, now we will learn about what is alphabet keys. The keyboard has 26 alphabet keys which are used to type sentences or words on a computer in both capital and small letters. We can write with the help of 26 alphabet keyboard keys. We can write any capital and small both letters. These keys are arranged in QWERTY sequence, and these keys are arranged on keyboard in which sequence? It's called QWERTY sequence. Numeric keys. So children, what is numeric keys? Come, we will learn about that. Numeric keys are used to type numbers. We can use numeric keys for typing the numbers. These are 10 in number from 0 to 9. Yes, there are 2 numeric keys sets on the keyboard. Factopedia. Number keys are either placed above the alphabet keys or on the right side of the keyboard at the numeric keypad. Now we will learn about special keys. The keyboard has more special keys such as the spacebar key, caps lock key, backspace key, shift key, enter key, symbol key, tab key, etc. Children, we have learned about what is keyboard and numeric keys, but now we will learn about more special keys. So, the first one is spacebar key. It is the longest key on the keyboard. It is used to give a blank space when we type words, letters or numbers. Whenever we want space from words and letters between numbers, so we have to press the spacebar key, and it is the longest key on keyboard. Now it's enter key. The enter key is pressed to signal the computer to input the line of data or the command that has just been typed. It is also used to move the cursor to the beginning of the next line. We can press this key for the cursor to beginning the next line. If we want to begin next line, we have to press the button, that is enter key. Now Factopedia. The hashtag symbol on the keyboard is called an octothorpe. Arrow keys. What is arrow keys? So arrow keys are used to move the cursor up, down, right and left. There are 4 arrow keys Arrow keys are also called cursor control keys. What is, we can also call the arrow keys which name? Cursor control keys. It is used for the cursor to up, down and left right. Backspace key and delete key. The backspace and delete keys are used to erase the character on the left and right of the cursor respectively. So children, whenever we want to delete any sentence, any letter, so we have to press the backspace key or delete key. Caps lock key. This key is used to type letters in capitals. When we press the caps lock key once on the keyboard, the caps lock light will turn on and you can then type capital letters. बच्चों, whenever we have to type in capital letters, we have to press the caps lock key button. So now it's Factopedia. When the caps lock key is off, we can use the shift key along with any of the alphabet keys to type in capital letters. बच्चों, whenever the caps lock key is off, we have to press the shift key button with the alphabet keys to make the letters capital. Escape key. The short form of escape key is ESC. It is placed at the top left corner in most of the keyboard. This key allows us to cancel an operation. This key is always allow us and is useful to cancel any operation. Shift key. The shift key is used with the other keys for different purposes. It is used for different purposes. Which purposes? Let's learn. If you press and hold the shift key along with an alphabet key, it will type the letter in capital even when the cap lock is turned off. Now it's num lock key. To use the numeric keypad available on the right side of the keyboard, num lock should be turned on. Pressing the num lock key once turns the numbers on the number keypad on. So whenever we use to numeric keypad, we need to press the keyboard button that is on right side. When we tap the num lock key again, numbers no longer work and the keys have other functions. A glowing light above the num lock label indicates that it is on. The lights will turn on. So now it's time to tab key. We can press the tab key to move the cursor several spaces forward at once. Now it's page up and page down keys. So children, whenever we need to page up and page down, what we have to do? So let's learn about that. We use the page up, page down keys to move a page up or page down. Function keys. There are 12 function keys from F1 to F2 at the top of the keyboard. Each function key has a different job to perform. So each functions, each keys, different keys have different functions, and total is 12 function keys. Like F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, F7, F8, F9, F10, F11 and the last one is F12. Test yourself. Unscramble the letters to get the names of the keys of a keyboard. So the first one is bachcho, that is caps lock. Second one is enter. Third one is arrow. Fourth is delete. Fifth is alphabet. And the last one, sixth is, yes, bar space. Mouse. A mouse is a pointing device that displays an arrow on the screen called a pointer. It is used to select and point things on the computer screen. Whenever we want to point anything on screen, we have to press the mouse. It is used for making drawings and playing games. It is connected to the CPU with wire or wireless. So mouse is connected with the computer with CPU, or it can be wireless and it can be with wire. So now it's time to type of computer mouse. There is so many types of mouses. Let's learn about that. Earlier the mouse had 2 or 3 buttons and no scroll wheel. But now only scroll mouse are used. There are different types of scroll mouses. So children's earlier stages there is no scroll wheel there in mouse, but nowadays there is scrolling mouse there in mouses. Optical mouse. An optical mouse is a computer pointing device that utilizes light emitting diodes, that is LEDs, or a laser to track or detect movement. Nowadays, a laser mouse is also available in the market that has a laser light under it. So nowadays, in earlier there is no laser light in mouse, but nowadays we find that there is laser mouse also available in market under laser light. Wireless mouse. The wireless mouse is a mouse without a wire. It is not attached to the CPU box. It works by sending signals from the mouse to the computer. So children, what is wireless mouse? So it is not connected to the CPU box. It is wireless. Mouse pointer. What is mouse pointer? A mouse displays an arrow on the screen called a mouse pointer. When a mouse is moved, the mouse pointer moves in the same direction in which we move the mouse. What is mouse pointer, children? So whenever we scroll the mouse, whenever we move the mouse, so there is some type of arrow in screen, or that is mouse pointer. The mouse pointer can change its shape depending on the task the computer is doing. Some of them are shown in the given below, in given picture. So these are the mouse pointers which you can see on screen. Now we will learn about working with the mouse. How can we work with the mouse? We can perform different tasks using a mouse. There are only 3 actions that can be accomplished with a mouse: pressing down on a button, releasing a pressed button, and moving the mouse. There is 3 work which we can do with a mouse. And what is that? Pressing down on a button, releasing a pressed button, and the third one is moving the mouse. Pressing and releasing a mouse button is called clicking. There are different mouse clicks. So now we will learn about different types of mouse clicks. So the first one is single click. Releasing the left button of the mouse after pressing it once is called a single click. A single click is for selecting an item. Whenever we want to select anything, any item, any folder on screen, we need to press our right button to select that particular item. So it is single click. Double click. Releasing the left button of the mouse after pressing it twice quickly is called double click. A double click opens the selected item. Whenever we want to select an item, we need to one click, but whenever we need to open that item, we need to double click on that item or that particular folder. Right click. Releasing the right button after pressing it once is called right click. It displays a list of properties of the selected item. Scrolling. Scrolling helps us to move a page on the screen up or down. To scroll, press the finger on the scroll wheel and move it up or down. So children, whenever we need to scroll the page, what we need to do? We need to scroll the finger on scroll wheel to move it up or move it down. Drag. Drag means to move the mouse while keeping the mouse button pressed. It is used to move an item to another section and draw on the computer. Whenever we need to draw anything on computer, we need to drag that mouse, and it is called dragging, drag. Now, restart in short. Some of the special keys are, which is spacebar, enter, caps lock, backspace, delete, arrow, shift, tab, etc. Symbol keys have special signs and symbols on them. Caps lock key is used to type capital letters. There are different mouse clicks like single click, double click, right click, drag and drop, and scrolling, which we learned in chapter. Double click opens the selected item. Right click displays the properties of the selected item. Now, it's time to test your brain. Tick, write the correct option. Dash is the function of a keyboard. What is? Typing. To scroll, we use the, yes, scroll wheel. Pressing the left mouse button once is called single click. We use a double click to open selected object. A mouse is a dash device. It is input device. Now, fill in the blanks using the given words. A keyboard has dash keys. How many keys? 104. The keyboard has 26 alphabet keys. The dash and dash keys are used to erase the character on the left or right of the cursor respectively. Delete and backspace. A mouse is a dash device, pointing device. Releasing the left button of the mouse after pressing it once is called single click. Write T for true and F for false statements. The escape is the longest key on the keyboard. Wrong. A keyboard has 104 keys. True, right? The keyboard has 26 numeric keys. That is wrong. The mouse pointer can change its shape. That is true. A mouse displays an arrow on the screen. Yes, that is also true. Answer the following questions. Write the name of some special keys, and that is tab, caps lock, enter, alt, control. Write the use of the caps lock key. Caps lock key is a button on a computer keyboard that causes all letters of bicameral scripts to be generated in capital letters. What are the main types of mouse? A computer mouse can be categorized into a few different types, which is wired, wireless, optical, mechanical, laser, and trackball. What is double click used for? So, a double click is most often employed to open the selected item. And now, it is what are the number keys located on the keyboard, and it is at the top of the keyboard, usually arranged in row from 0 to 9. Write about drag and scrolling. So, it works by keeping your mouse cursor in place and moving your camera to any mouse movement as opposed to only moving at the edge. Now, it's fun time activity. What will happen on the screen if you press the shift key in combination with these keys? Consider caps lock is off. And the answer is yes, right. Shift key plus 2. Correct. Shift key plus 7. Right. Shift key plus A. Correct. Shift key plus B. Tick correct answer for each action of the mouse. So, the first one is double click and the answer is opens. Second one is single click. and the answer is selects. बच्चों आई होप आज की जो क्लास थी वो आपको अच्छे से समझ में आ गई होगी, आपको एक्सरसाइज भी अच्छे से समझ में आ गया होगा. अब आप इसकी प्रैक्टिस करते रहिएगा. एंड नाउ इट्स टाइम टू इवैल्यूएट योरसेल्फ. टिक राइट द करेक्ट ऑप्शन. Computers have storage. Computer never gets both tired and bored. Mouse is connected to CPU. Which of the following is the input device? So it is joystick. Correct. It is speaker. Correct. It is printer. It is monitor. Which of the following is a storage device? Correct. It is scanner. Correct. It is pen drive. A computer takes information. Correct. Input. Correct. Output. Right. Process. The word QWERTY comes from the first dash letters of the alphabet and it is correct 5, correct 6, correct 7, right 8. Which of the following is or are the special keys? And this is tab key. How many steps does the IPO cycle have? Right 4, right 3, right 2, correct 1. Which of the following is an output device? And that is monitor. बच्चों आई होप आज की क्लास आपको अच्छे से समझ में आ गई होगी. आज की जो एक्सरसाइज थी वो भी आपको अच्छे से समझ में आ गई होगी. अब आप इसकी प्रैक्टिस करते रहिएगा.